Good boy. Okay. Hey, it's Wednesday. And if it's Wednesday, you know what time it is. It's time for chasing gazillions. Not the same as making millions.
Getting closer. Kind of like an IT. Getting closer.
But it's getting closer. Here we are, Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony. I'm Anthony Bowling. This is my partner over here. Yeah, it's that way. No, that way.
Yeah.
There you go. My partner, Fernando, and we are just two real estate professionals coming to you live or pre-recorded, as the case may be, here today, to talk with you about real estate matters, things that we are experiencing out in the marketplace, working with our clients. Both of us, over 70 years of experience. We've been out here in the marketplace, and so here we are today. And today we have an exciting opportunity. We're going to be talking about uh, preparing for an assignment. I was on a coaching call yesterday with a young man who has been in the real estate game for about 8 months. And one of the things that came out of the coaching call is, what do you do when you have a lead and you're preparing to go after a listing, right? When you've gotten some, a prospect, a lead, it's pointing towards something. You haven't been hired. What do you do, or rather, what do we do as real estate professionals to get ready to go after that assignment? It's sort of like preparing for the listing presentation.
Most
What do you do?
people jump and grab the listing, by the way.
Say that again.
I would say 98% of real estate professionals just go and get the listing. There's no preparation. They just think just getting the signature is all they need to do. But there are some steps you should follow when you're preparing to take a listing on.
Okay, and by going to get the listing, you mean going to the listing appointment?
Yep, getting the signature. That's all they do.
Well, I mean, I'm not mad at you if you can just go and meet with a prospect and just get a signature. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, let's not knock that dude.
Well, successful in what you're doing, though. I mean, getting the listing is a small piece of success. Okay, getting a signature on a piece of paper, I can do that with my eyes closed. That's a
Well,
small part of the deal. Small part.
hold on, dude. Hold on. Now, that's why we're here, Fernando, because we've been doing it 30 plus years, and you're right. Maybe for you, sometimes for me, we do have the ability, maybe with a referral, to just walk in and get a signature. But remember, we're talking to the audience who is out there saying, hey, I'm struggling getting on the phone. I'm struggling prospecting. I'm not just walking in and getting a signature, dude.
Well, we have the experience. I mean, I get
Right.
someone saying, hey, I want you to list this property and sell it. I could walk over there and get it signed today. Not a big deal. But preparing for success is a whole different ball of wax.
There you go. And that's what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah.
We want to share with you today what we do, what one should do, what a professional does to prepare to go to get a listing and all. And we got an exciting site to talk about where we'll do that. But before we jump into that, how was your week, man? You were traveling again last week.
This week we started a kitchen project, remodeling our whole kitchen. A little stressful. As part of remodeling your kitchen, you have to take everything out of the kitchen. We had 25 years worth of stuff in our kitchen, so it was a lot. Worked all weekend emptying it, sorting through stuff we don't want anymore, stuff we haven't seen in 20 years, got rid of. So I'm at Goodwill dropping this stuff off, doing the right civic thing to do, right? Donating it so they could sell it, because none of it was broken. All of it was in good shape. We just don't use it. So what I don't need 18 jars. I need maybe 3 jars, right? So you get rid of the other 15, that kind of thing. So I
You do get
dropped
a
it
tax
off.
write-off for that too, also.
Yeah, I know, but the tax write-up is so minimal that it doesn't really affect the taxes that much. But needless to say, we do it because we think that maybe we can create some money, goodwill, take some money, and hopefully puts it to a good cause. So I'm in the parking lot and waiting to back out of my space, and this guy's hauling. I mean, just busting wheels right behind me. So I just stop, and then I hear boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh Lord, he just hit me. So the guy, as he was flying through the parking lot, caught my bumper and just completely ripped the bumper off my
Are
car.
you kidding me? What?
Here's the thing about an accident, even clearly not my fault. It's still a pain in the butt. You get in an accident, not your fault. It's still a lot of stuff to deal with. So his car locks up because his front axle is all bent. He gets out, starts apologizing. I'm like, it's fine. He pulls his car in, his wheel pops. He's got no wheel, no front axle. His whole front quarter panel is demolished. I can drive my car because just the bumper and the two side quarter panels that are kind of dented up. So we exchanged information. So here's the thing, man. He's apologizing, taking the blame for it. Calls Geico. I have Geico. He has Geico. We both, call Geico at the same time. Geico tells me, hey, don't worry about filing a claim. He's already filed one, taking full responsibility. I said, great. Okay. They've scheduled my appointment to get my car fixed this morning at 9 a.m. I'm like, terrific. I get a call yesterday saying he's now reconsidering his admission of guilt. I'm like, are you kidding me? So I call the adjuster. She calls me back and she says, yeah, after reviewed it, it's clearly his fault. You're good. Go get your car fixed. So kind of bad situation kind of averted, but still now I got to drop my car off. I got to make sure they do it right. It's just a pain, man. So
wow,
that kind of spoiled my week. So that's how it went. But today,
no one's injured. But you weren't injured.
no one's injured, man. Today, this is probably going 30 miles an hour, maybe 20. Today, I'm leaving to the Hamptons. Where's Waldo? This week's episode of Where's Waldo? I'm going to be playing Sabonic Country Club. Look it up. It's pretty fancy.
Really? What is it called?
Sabonic.
Oh, wow. That sounds fancy.
Today, we're taking an RV with a couple buddies, and the wives are coming. It should be a really good 4 days in Long Island. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a nice reprieve from the real life dilemma that's going on in my kitchen right now.
Why don't you shoot some of the PG versions of this joyride here with the family and the RV and all, so we can see some of this next week when you're back?
I don't think so. The people in the RV do not want to be shot. And shot, I mean like camera. No. It should be fun though. We rented a house in the Hamptons in Southampton. So we should have a good time. The ladies are gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun.
Right.
Dinner's planned. I'm going with one.
So basically, you live by that motto of, live and travel hard and work hard, or work sometime and live and travel the rest of the time.
Well, the motto, Cam Smith said it during the British Open. He said, "We're not here for a long time. We're here for a fun time."
I love that. Hold on, say that again. Who said this?
Cameron Smith. He's a golfer from Australia who said this during the British Open. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a fun time.
I love that.
Okay. So, kind of like the motto I live by.
Well, that's a great motto to live by.
Yeah.
Sure. I love that. Not here for a long time. We're here for a fun time. Well, that's great. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. I had some fun this week.
Go ahead.
I picked up 3 listings. Maybe it's 4.
Busy.
It has been a incredibly busy week. Uh, uh, Investment properties, some great property listings, and no, I didn't just walk in and get the listings. Although, yeah, they were referrals. It's some great assignments that we be bringing to the market along the U Street corridor here. Um, and in the Trinidad market, some emerging markets. Uh, so there's going to be some exciting properties coming that I'm going to be bringing to the market in the next week. So it's been a great week. Also, I'm feeling better. I had that MRI done this week, and yes, they say I have some bulging discs in my back.
Did they
So
tell you to one hole?
I did tell them, yes. I got to go see the orthopedic specialist and tell him about the one hole. But yes, the MRI says bulging disc in your back. So, but I feel better because I've been going to the pool every evening, and that's been a plus. Hey man, let's before we get started, you want to bring in our sponsor?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So everyone, as you know, here chasing gazillions, not the same as making millions. We have a sponsor. That's the Global Scholars Foundation. This is a local nonprofit that works with DC public school kids and charter school kids in the 9th through 12th grade here. They take them through a 12 to 18 month immersion financial literacy training program. They study a different language, a different community, a different culture. And then the following summer, they actually, at the end of the program, go to that community, to that country, all expenses paid, and they're there for 10 to 15 days experiencing what they've been studying. And so they have taken these young men and women, high school kids, to places like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, South America, Brazil, China, Australia, Ethiopia, Egypt. They've been a lot of places, and so it's a worthwhile organization, and we're happy they are a sponsor of of our program, and so we like to give them a platform here. So they are doing their 3rd annual golf and brunch event in October.
2-day event.
It's a 2-day event. October, I think it's 2nd and 3rd. And let's see if we can't bring them in. Let's see here with their promo. And
calling all golfers and brunchers. Please mark your calendar to join the Global Scholars Foundation for a 2-day event hosting the 3rd annual golf tournament and newly added jazz brunch at the Woodmore Country Club in Mitchellville, Maryland. The 2-day event will kick off on Sunday, October the 2nd with a jazz brunch and continue on Monday, October the 3rd for our 3rd annual golf tournament. Please visit our website at globalscholars.foundation for more information and to register for this event.
nice. So we're excited to be a part of Global Scholars Foundation and all the efforts and what they're doing.
If that tournament was on a Wednesday, I'd probably be there.
It was on a Wednesday?
Well, Wednesday's my travel day usually. I'm playing around. I'll be there. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Sunday is brunch, and then Monday.
I like to eat. I'll be there for the brunch too.
That's great. Okay, so here's the question. You get a lead, you talk to someone, somehow someone is suggesting that they have an assignment. In this case today, we have a lead on an exciting opportunity. Someone suggested that, hey, and this happens. This is real life, right? Someone has inherited 25 acres of land, undeveloped, raw land, right? I mean, you've heard those stories, right? Oh, my grandmother, my granddaddy had a farm, they had land, they passed, they left me. I live in New York, they left me 25 acres of land down in Maryland somewhere. Okay, what can we do with it? And they say, well, let's just sell it. I don't sell it. And then, okay, the real estate professional is called in. Typically, like here, clients go to their trusted advisors. And those are not always real estate professionals initially. A lot of clients have other trusted advisors and professionals they work with, lawyers. I'm a JD, lawyers, trusted advisors, CPAs can serve as trusted advisors, financial planners, estate planners, trusted advisors. They go to those individuals and they say, hey, I just inherited 25 acres of land down in Pasadena, Maryland. I don't even know where that's at. What am I supposed to do with it?
The locals call it the Dina, by the way, just so you know.
The Dina, in the Dina.
Dina. Yeah.
That's right, in the Dina. And so the professionals, CPAs, the lawyers, they call real estate professionals and they say, hey, what do we have? What do we do with it? What's the highest and best use? What's the value? What? Give us some solutions to do. And so here we are. And so today, do you have that photo? Can you're not able to pull up that site?
I'm not. I'm looking at it myself here on my computer. So what we've done is we went on the zoning map, pulled up the property with all the mapping around it, and let's see what's around our property. What's going on? It seems to be in the path of progress. Like progress is happening all around this property, and it looks like the last piece that needs to be developed around this area of Pasadena.
Okay. So what you're hearing is that when you get an opportunity, you like this 25 acres of land, one of the first things that we do is a online review of the area, of the site. There's a lot of information that we can gather online about the site to inform us about what is that we have. And we can pull up site maps, we can pull up zoning information that helps us understand exactly what we have. And so
sales history as well, and current
sales
ownership
data. And Fernando touched on a point there, the path of development. It's a common term that you'll hear in the industry about your site. Is this undeveloped raw land in the path of development? Meaning that what's happening around this site, it's undeveloped land, but is there other development around it? Is there commercial, industrial, residential communities being built up? Are people moving to this area? Is this the next area? Is this the next hotspot for future development? And in this case, the answer is yes. And so
yes.
It's a strong yes. And so fine, you got 25 acres. It looks like a lot of things are happening. Well, let's talk about the zoning. We mentioned that a moment ago. Let's bring up here a zoning review. You always want to do a zoning review of the sites. I know you think it's just residential, but the idea is that zoning determines what can be done on the site. In this case, this 25 acres of land is in what's called an R1 residential zone. And the zoning then begins to dictate how many single family detached residences can be built here. It talks about the minimum lot size required to build on this site. It talks about the amount of lot coverage that a structure can occupy on a site. So in this case, we can see here that in an R1 residential zone, in the subdivision, you need 40,000 square feet to build on. That's the minimum lot size, 40,000 square feet.
Little less than an acre.
Little less than an acre, exactly. And so that begins to inform you about the development potential of this site. Because again, remember, we're real estate professionals. We're evaluating the site so that we can advise the trusted advisor so that they can advise the owner who just inherited this land who the more likely buyers are for this site. We're not appraisers, although appraisers will certainly be another professional in the process that we would engage to help us in establishing the market value of the site. But as real estate professionals, initially here, because we will be doing the marketing, we're developing the marketing campaign. And so we are focused on determining who are the likely buyers. And so if you have this site, 40,000 square feet, we see the maximum lot coverage, meaning that it's 25% of that 40,000. A structure, a house can be placed on that lot, 25%. That's how big that structure can be. And it talks about the maximum height being 45 feet, 4 stories high, 25% of 40,000. What are you doing the calculation there, Fernando? What's 25% of 40,000?
10,000.
So look, just by doing a preliminary. Ooh, what's that? Just by doing a preliminary zoning review as a real estate professional, we begin to see, hey, on this site in the R1 zone, 40,000 square foot lot, we could build a 10,000 square foot structure that's 45 feet in height. Well, who is building, a 10,000 square? I mean, it has the potential of being a 10,000 square foot structure. Who are those buyers? And then 40,000 square feet. Do we know how many of these structures, how many of these lots we can get in 25 acres of land?
My estimate was about 20 homes. If you put out some green space, roads, infrastructure.
Okay, there you go. And so again, it's raw, undevelopable land. It's raw land. It's developable. But now we see the zoning is already suggesting that on these 25 acres of land, how many homes did you say we could probably build?
20.
20 homes. And so now you can see just from a online review, gathering information about the site, we are able now to suggest that one potential buyer of this site would be a home builder, an established home builder who might be interested in this site because we think he could do 20 new homes, a 20 home development. He might get more. He might have different styles of homes. They could be detached, semi-detached, but we think initially 20 homes for a home builder. It from the current zoning. And so that's then begins to inform the marketing team of how to develop the strategy moving forward as to how we develop our plan of action to market these 25 acres of raw land. Because we now have, a builder in mind. A builder, that would be the audience that we're going to be attracting and targeting to market this site to. Fernando, now that we have determined, hey, we can probably do 20 homes here. Okay, Fernando just went out. I was going to have him talk about utilization of an auction as one way, because as you all know, Fernando is an expert in doing auctions, and doing an auction would be one way to market the sale of this 25-acre site to the general market. Okay, he's back. Are you back? You are back.
The contractor's ripping out the kitchen. He's an animal. Sorry.
Okay. So I was just telling everyone, we were talking about, okay, we think we're going to be selling these 25 acres. We think we're going to initially target the building community, Ryan Homes and other builders, or a smaller builder for 20 homes, right? Because those Ryan Home guys, maybe they like a 200 unit community, but they're smaller builders out here who like to do 20 homes.
And I have I've estimated the homes are new construction 800 to 850,000 in that area.
So again, now we see the next phase here is, again, we're not appraisers, but we do have market information that suggests that a review of this area, where these 25 acres is, suggests that new home constructions in this area are going to be retail selling for $800,000. And so now we see, was 800,000 times 20 new homes. That's a big development.
$16 million.
$16 million. That's a nice size development, $16 million. Now, we certainly can't, and again, we're not the appraisers, but we certainly can't expect to get $16 million for the 25 acres.
No.
But the land is certainly an important component of a development, right? We're not making any more land. So it does have value. And in this case, the value of these 25 acres is going to be determined and established in direct proportion to what can be developed on the land. And what can be developed on the land, as we have seen from our initial search, is the zoning allows for residential development on this land. And so probably this is going to be as highest and best use. It must be that contract again with Fernando. Wow.
No, I'm good. Sorry. I'm back in the house. I mean, he stopped banging. Jesus, so loud.
So we see here that we've gone from a individual inheriting 25,000 acres of land, contacting their trusted advisor, an attorney, CPA, financial planner, to seek advice on what can be done with this 25 acres down in Pasadena. To those advisors coming to real estate professionals saying, hey, what can we do? How are we going to market? talk to the audience about the marketing of these 20 homes to a builder using an auction, Fernando.
I part of it is what I like to call guerrilla marketing, where you go out and proactively go out to the buyers. A lot of realtors wait for the buyers to come to them. In this case, with such an attractive property and a set date for sale, which is an auction, what it does, it's date certain. On this day, we're going to sell this property. I would proactively go talk to builders in the area and find out what were they building? Are they ready to build some more? Do they have land in have they land banked some property? Do they need some property to land bank? That's how I think it would go about finding the right buyer for this. We have at Hilco, we have a valuations team. I would have them take a look at it and give me what they have in terms of what do they think the land value is worth. My estimates are based on comps and pulling up, recent sales. They would do a little more in-depth process on that. I would also, through Hilco and through other means, through Anthony Bowling, we contact investment bankers, maybe some hedge funds that are looking for investments to partner with a builder. So maybe they put up the money for the land and the builder puts up the money for the construction costs. So there's a bunch of ways to skin this cat. But to me, this is a deal that you can't hire a non-experienced realtor professional to work on. It's just that it's a complicated deal. It's not just a cookie cutter piece of land you're selling here. There's a lot of facets to it. That's kind of the way I would do it.
Sure. You touched on some important points there, Fernando, and as we're coming towards the end of today's episode, you touched on what I'd like to think of is the 3 or 4 P's of marketing that your standard real estate agent does, right? What we have found is that your typical agent will come and approach a listing in this way. They come to you and they say, hey, we want to, put a sign up, first P. And then they want to put it on the MLS, second P. Then the third P is they want to pray that the Anthony Bowling Group and Fernando come along and bring a buyer to buy the property. And what Fernando has touched on, which distinguishes our team from so many other real estate teams out here, is the 4th P, prospecting. That we are actively in the marketplace prospecting for targeted groups of potential investors and buyers who can come together to bring about a solution to acquire real estate. And we have a process that we implement for identifying those pools of potential buyers that we can go out and actively prospect and talk to them about the development potential of a site like this, 25 acres, right? We can talk to the people next door who are doing industrial work about their interest in expanding. We can talk to landscape people about, timber rights and cutting trees and clearing the site. We can talk to fund managers about their interests in coming to this area because it is in the path of development. It is an upcoming developing area. Like you said, it's the DINA, right? Whenever you find a area where they go and they've shortened it, right? That's because it's everyone is thinking that's where I want to be. not in Pasadena, in Edina.
Right.
And so that's what we do as a team for our clients. And that's how we would approach developing the solution for the marketing of a site like this, because we have the platforms that will allow us to broadcast this opportunity across the country.
Yeah, I mean, we have the local experience with a global, reach, right? So we're local, we're here, we know the area, we know what the areas are called, their nicknames, but also we have a global reach where we can reach out to people outside this area as potential buyers, and that's how you sell real estate, I think.
Exactly. Because it is just that, just as you've pointed out, Fernando. It is we are hyper local with the ability to be global in our reach and how we expose these local opportunities to communities and investors and buyers and sellers outside of the area who want to be here. I mean, when you hear about, well, take money is coming out of New York. I was at a recent ICSC, conference in Las Vegas. Money, right? Equity, private equity, investor money is looking for new places to land. That monies in the New York market, California, are looking east, right? You remember when we growing up, it was like, go west, young man. Go east to these cities like the DMV, and
Yeah.
that's where the money is coming. And these are opportunities, and we have the ability to let those markets know here's another great opportunity. Hey, everybody, thank you. It's been another great episode. What episode is it, Fernando?
Season 1, episode 15.
Season 1, episode 5. This is the 15th episode of Chasing Gazillions. Not the same as making millions.
Getting closer in Medina.
It is getting closer in Medina. I'm Anthony Bowling with the Anthony Bowling Group, and our leverage relationships will certainly save you time and make you money. And this is my partner.
No.
Okay. This way? Is it that way? Anyway, you're the partner.
Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony.
Wednesdays with Fernando and Anthony.
Sometimes pre-recorded. Sorry.
Oh, I need to pop that up there.
Life
Sometimes it is pre-recorded.
Yeah.
But your comments in the chat will be captured, and we certainly appreciate all of the supporters and the audience who come into our program. Hey, man, look, you have a safe trip to the Hamptons.
Living the life.
You are living the life. What was that little catchy phrase you said we have?
We're not here for a long time. We're here for a fun time.
We're here for a fun time. Well, you and your lady go and you all have fun in your RV. I've always desired to, ride in an RV across country in the RV.
Wow.
Yes. I had a cousin recently who did it, and they took pictures and recorded it, and they went with a couple, and they did not have a good experience.
Oh, that's a shame. We're only going to the Hamptons. It's only like 5-6 hours. Hopefully we won't have that.
No, they were gone like about 10 days. It was like a crazy long trip. It was days and days.
It can be a little claustrophobic, I think, if you go for that many days.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Particularly if everyone doesn't enjoy the same music, it turns out. They don't like the same music. you know, the sleep patterns.
It's similar to a new listing. You have to do your research before you dive in. You have to do some research on a cross-country trip before you dive in. Who are these people? Do I like them? Listen to the same music. Have we vacationed together? You vacation with someone, you get to know them. Hopefully, me and your lady friend will get to vacation together with my wife and myself. Maybe at a 1-year annual of the show, we'll take a vacation together. I'll really get to know you, and then we'll see if there's a second season.
That's right. That's right. Because we love spending time together here, like this, and we're doing brunch. We did brunch, right? Yeah. But then after this, you go do whatever it is you do.
I do me.
In your case, you just go on another week's vacation.
Yes. All right then.
All right, everyone. Thank you again. We will see you next week. Appreciate your comments and all. And
thank you, Anthony.
All the best.
Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.